nouns and their jobs, and here's the idea, because they name many things, nouns have different jobs in sentences. So 7th grade, Isabel, you got an English book? It's going to come in handy today. Oh, you already know about subjects and predicates. Read the sentence for me, please, Jordan. Up here on the board.
Land is called agricultural showcase.
Okay, we have a subject in that sentence and we have a predicate in that sentence. What's the subject of that sentence?
Today.
What are we talking about? What's the subject of the sentence? Today is just an introduction. It would be a sentence without this word. No. Yeah, it is the subject. The predicate is the whole rest of the thing. It's called the agricultural showplace of the world. Okay, do you see how today is just an extra word there? That's the subject. Now, we're not going to talk about subjects today. We're going to talk about predicates. But we have nouns and the predicates. Isabel, can you name all the nouns and the predicate? I see 2 more at least. Or JC?
Showplace and world.
These are nouns. So what are they doing in the predicate?
They're being a compliment.
They are complement nouns. They're in the predicate. One of them, they're called predicate nouns. One of them is a direct object. They're both direct objects, aren't they? It's called showplace of, oh no, this is a direct object, and now we have something else. This is new, 7th graders, pay attention. It's the object of a phrase. There's a preposition here, of the world. It's an object of a preposition. So let's take a look at that sentence a little closer now. The subject again was what, Isabel? It, say it. All right, the predicate was, Abby? The whole predicate?
It's called agricultural showplace.
Okay, so we're not talking about the verb at all today, are we? What's the verb? Is.
Wouldn't it? Oh, nothing.
So we're not talking about the verb today. We're talking about complements. Let's take a look at the top of your book and read about it a little bit. We'll use a 7th grade book for now. Kendra, read the top. Here's the idea,
Because they name many things, nouns have different jobs in sentences.
So we already know about subjects. The subject tells whom or what a sentence is about, and they give you 2 sentences there. How about the 8th grade book? Did they do that as well? Yeah, subjects. The tails appear. Okay, nouns as complements. Now everybody go down to that chart. A complement is a word that completes the meaning of the verb. 3 kinds of complements are predicate nouns, direct objects, indirect objects. Gabe, read a predicate noun, what a predicate noun is.
Predicate noun renames or defines the subject after a linking verb.
Okay, so this is not a predicate noun, is it? It is called, or is it? What do we call that, Kara?
Showplace?
Today it is a showplace, so that renames the subject, doesn't it? It's a predicate noun. And of the world, let's read about direct objects. So Carolyn Shoemaker is an astronomer. It is a showplace. That's a predicate noun. Read what direct object is, Eden.
Direct object names receivers the action of the verb.
So read the sentence you have there. She has discovered many, discovered many comets, the action of the verb. And then an indirect object says, to whom? Brett, read what it says about an indirect object. Tells to whom.
Tells to whom or what or for whom or what an action is done.
So our sentence says one of her discoveries gave who a thrill? Astronomers. So an indirect object answers the question who. Some of you got mixed up on that. Who receives the action or what? Now let's take some practice sentences. Why it matters in writing. Specific complements are needed. in informative writing. Read the student model in the 8th grade book, please. Gabe?
Jupiter is the king of planets, bigger than all the others put together. In 1994, a comet named Shoemaker-Levy 9 hit the planet with enormous force. The Hubble Space Telescope sent astronomers spectacular photographs of the collision.
Okay, when you see a sentence like this, Jupiter is the, that is a predicate noun. It renames the subject, doesn't it? Is the king of the planets. It hit the planet. The planet received the action. It hit the planet. That's called a what?
Direct object.
Direct object. And the Hubble Space Telescope sent who? Astronomers is the indirect object. Let's take a sentence on the bottom. Let's do the 7th grade book. Well, let's read your sample for 7th grade. Excuse me. Why it matters in writing. Top of 48, 7th grade. Here we have a predicate noun, and it is what? The red word, arrow. So let's see what it's renaming. In the nation's capital, the Washington Monument seems a giant arrow. What is arrow renaming? The Washington Monument, predicate noun. Then, this tremendous column climbs 555 feet into the air, and the monument's sparkling beauty still astounds who?
Children.
And it astounds who else? Adults. So those are indirect objects. Indirect
They're
objects.
direct.
Direct objects. They astound children and adults. They receive the action directly. Now, let's take a look at some samples in the 8th grade book. We are going to do number 3. There are 3 underlined words. Read the sentence for us, please. Cody, number 3.
A small comet gave human beings a scar and
A scare, actually. Okay, you get to call on people. Tell them a word and tell them to name what kind of noun it is.
I call people.
Mm-hmm. So give them a word and ask them what kind of noun that is.
Rat.
Comet?
You have to identify it as a subject or a complement. Comment. It's a subject. Keep going, Cody.
Human beings.
Complement indirect object.
Complement and or object. And scare.
Scare. A complement indirect. No.
The human beings is an indirect
So
object.
direct object.
And scare is direct object. Let's take a look at the 7th grade book. Oh, let's see. Who wants to be the teacher and call on the other people? Silas does. Number 5. You have to say if it's a noun, a subject, a complement, or an object of a preposition. Number 5.
Should I read this one?
Yep.
Maya, when the young architect visited Washington, D.C. to view the memorial site. Maya, when...
It's either a subject, a complement, or the object of a preposition. Is it, do you know what preposition is? It's like the beginning of a 3-word phrase, in the house, around the town. This isn't the beginning of a 3-word phrase. It is the what of a sentence? It's the first thing. It's the subject, yeah. All right, keep going.
Washington, D.C. is what?
So it's not the subject, it is the... It is. All right, good guess. It's the complement because it's receiving the action of the verb. Try number, we're looking for a, try number 8. I want to find it direct. Read number 8 for us, Jordan.
She created a meeting place between earth and sky.
Place is what?
Oh.
Yeah. Is it a subject? a meeting place? Nope. It was said of a meeting place, then it would be object of a preposition. To compliment, yeah, she created a meeting place compliment. Let's take a look at your books now. 7th grade will start you out, 8th grade will correct yours.